Pamela.
And I'm Kate. Unfortunately, we do not have Ebong with us today as he is out on assignment this week. And today we're dishing with you from Banana Cafe, which is located at 500 8th Street Southeast near Eastern Market. Yeah, we're getting a little out of the way today.
We're out of the normal little
We're introducing
west
some
section.
people to a different part of town.
Yeah,
that
very
they
cool
should
part.
Be seeing. We're by 8th and I, the Marine Barracks,
Yeah,
and it's a really cool
barracks.
place. There's a piano bar upstairs. Maybe we'll get some footage
Lots
of it.
of good drinks and great food.
Yes, and today we actually have a really great guest with us.
Thank you.
Chandler Romelli. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you all so much for having me.
You're welcome.
I'm
We
so
have three little
excited.
bloggers here.
Yes, we do.
Chandler, you have your own blog, which we do want to talk about a little bit, but the main reason we wanted you to be on the show with us today is because you are a part of a new movement, political, social, and otherwise, called the Tea Party movement.
Yes.
That's really interesting for those of us that have read our history books, but for those of us that haven't, what's a Tea Party movement?
Well, it does not involve us throwing a bunch of tea into the reflecting pool. And I do know a lot of people are asking everyone to mail tea bags to their congressman. Let's not do that. You're all going to have to go through. We're going to have to see if there's anything nefarious in those tea bags. So let's not use
That would be a waste of
security
time.
money doing that. What the Tea Party movement started with was Rick Santelli's rant. He just lost his ever furry loving mind in the middle of the bullpen.
He never does that, right?
Well, this one was even better because the bullpen actually answered him back.
Oh, okay.
And so he was.
I remember seeing that on YouTube.
He was very upset about the stimulus package.
Right,
Are we
right.
going to have to pay for other people's mortgages?
Right.
Why, when I spent my money the correct way, do I have to pay for my neighbor? Well, he said he threatened to have a tea party, like back in Boston. Well, a whole bunch of people took this up and they started their own tea parties.
And that's all across the country.
Well, this started February 27th.
So it's new.
Yes, this is brand new. The media did not cover, I believe it was a little over 11 cities that did it. They did not cover any of these tea parties, or they went out there and said, well, there are only 500 people, so this doesn't count. So we said, well, if you're going to give us a month to do this, we will do this much better. We have over 200 tea parties planned now as of this week, and it's growing every day.
Oh my goodness.
And we will be holding them all over the country, April 15th.
Well, wait a second. What I thought was the big draw of the Tea Party was that, one, it was just all of a sudden flash movement that happened that you didn't really expect, and all of a sudden there were 500 people that were protesting. And if you have a date set, and although April 15th is a very good day, if you have a date set and you have a time set and people know about it in advance, do you think it kind of loses some of its...
No, I don't
Because
think it
people can
loses its
stall
cachet.
and just kind of,
No, I think this is still, the media will not cover these, that this is actually going to happen.
That's why we are covering it.
Thank you very much for doing that. And I'm one of the lead coordinators for the DC one. So, and we will be having it at the Treasury Department. We are billing this as a trilateral debate.
Okay.
okay.
Not really a protest.
Right,
This
okay.
is just to go out there and say, we are not for the stimulus package. We are not for this $1 trillion a year spending. We still need all of our taxes to be cut, and we need all this to happen. This is not for just Republicans and conservatives, although I am one. This is for...
We've read your blog.
Love this wonderful country.
Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians,
Okay.
for everyone.
Right.
Do you ask people
Independents,
to identify their party affiliation?
No.
Whatever they, okay.
No.
No, this has nothing to do with this. This bill that we have for spending, I believe only 20% of the Americans are for it. There's not just 20% Democrats. So there's 80% people that would
Across
like
the board.
to debate this.
Do you provide some other options? Do you provide suggestions instead of the stimulus bill?
Yes, we do. We do have everything outlined. Who is our national sponsors? Are the Don't Go movement.
Okay.
don't go sounds like you shouldn't go to the protest or the debate. Don't go.
It started out as a Twitter movement,
Okay.
actually.
I'm familiar with that.
And we have Newt Gingrich's American Solutions is sponsoring it.
Okay.
Smart Girl Politics is sponsoring it. And we have a bunch of national conservatives that all started on Twitter. They will be our national sponsors. And we do have a bullet point list. There will be voter registration there.
Well, that's a
provided
good
by
idea.
Smart Girl.
That's a great
Politics.
idea.
There will be a food drive there.
Oh, wonderful.
I've asked for DC that it be the DC Food Bank.
Okay.
We will have speakers, and hopefully we will get a ton of people and a ton of press to say, the American people, we're not anti-Obama, we're not anti this Congress. We want to debate, and I don't understand why debating these programs has become all of a sudden anti-patriotic.
Well, I do agree with you there, but whatever happened to writing your congressman?
Right.
Apparently that wasn't working.
Well, will congressmen actually be there for you to address in person during this, or there will be no
Hopefully,
politicians?
there will
Okay.
be some, and we have had some sign on.
Okay.
I can't say who will actually be there.
Pro or
Right now.
against? Pro or against? I mean, either or
This
you don't
is
know?
just anti-stimulus.
Okay, pure anti-stimulus.
Anti-program. We really don't want to get into if somebody really doesn't like the administration, just eye on the ball, anti-program.
That's great, because I
anti-stimulus.
think sometimes these protests get into like a very political, anti-candidate kind of
Right.
stance, and we have all kinds of protests here in the city. I mean, just last weekend there was a war protest, and I think it was obviously not against the current president, probably more against the previous president.
Right.
But it was bring our troops home now, which is something that I'm surprised to see at the Obama administration, but it's an annual protest that's been happening.
Pelosi did not hold up to her end of the bargain, and those people would never, they're not going to be happy unless Pelosi herself goes there, puts troops on her back, and walks
brings
them
them
back home. I am not a Pelosi fan by any means. I would love to slap the Botox right out of the woman's butt.
Wow!
And you probably talk a little bit about that on your blog, A Not So Capital Idea.
I do.
So how did a not so capital idea start?
A Not So Capital Idea started when last year a ton of my girlfriends went overseas and went over into Iraq and Pakistan and Afghanistan. Now, a lot of my friends, having grown up in this area, our State Department and work with everyone that helps support the military. They left. I was very lonely. I had nobody to help me tell me what pants I looked fat in, or
All those things that great girlfriends do.
they were feeling a bit disconnected. So I started writing to them. You don't want to miss this stupid thing on YouTube. This guy really, jumps off of a roof onto a trampoline into a pool. Here. And then it started political commentary, and then my charities.
Right.
And especially support the troops. And that's where everything just sort of snowballed, and boom, you'd have this big not so capital idea.
Well, that's exactly what the internet does for us. It gives us a chance to
Absolutely.
get our views across and have people
All across the country, all across the world. So that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, Pamela's Punch and K Street Kate, y'all were
Well, I
huge,
can't believe
and
that you just started it last year. I mean, for me, this will be my third. This is actually my third year, and this is your third year too.
Yeah, I celebrated my third year. Yeah.
I'm the baby. I'm a year and a half. I just did 1,000th post though.
Oh, good!
Exciting.
Congratulations.
Cute. Pop my little blog cherry.
Well, speaking of things that are happening on the internet, we actually have to tell people how our interactive poll is doing this week. A lot of you guys are watching the Final Four, and a lot of you guys were really rooting for Maryland and American. Unfortunately, American didn't do so hot, but on the poll, more people said that Maryland would get farther than American, and it looks like everyone is right.
I do have to tell my parents and my sister, sorry Christina, American lost. Maryland won.
Sounds like they had a sibling rivalry.
rivalry right there.
We need a new interactive poll this week. Would you like to give it a try?
I would, yes, I would love to. Which Washingtonian magazine do you read? Which social Washingtonian magazine is read the most?
Not the Washingtonian magazine,
Right.
but which DC-based
Right.
magazine.
So check it out and tell us which one you read, and of course, always come back and watch us on the District Dish.